Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another session of Quanthour Trading Platform. Today, we are going to discuss about how one can use the watch list and create filters to see what all information that you would like to see. Apart from that, you can add technical indicators to the watch list and create certain price alerts and filters. So, to begin with, let me show you how exactly we can create event-based alerts. So, these event-based alerts are based on the live data that is happening. For example, last traded price, last trade size, open, high, low, close basis. So to open to create these alerts, let me open a watch list, add some symbols. So predefined symbols, I will add say Nifty 50 symbols. So now in this, I have only the last traded price, bid and ask, and net change. If I want to add, I can add last size, then open, high, low, and volume. This is the information that I have added here. On the side, I will also add a chart and also a alert window. So this is an alert window, and I'm creating a bind of this. I go to create bind, join all these three windows together. Now let me to add a condition or create a filter for this particular watch list based on events. So we are looking at data that is available on the watch list. So for example, we have the last traded price, we have the last size, open, high, low values. So let me create one simple condition or a filter based on open, high. So I go to watch list and click on setup actions. Here I create a filter wherein there are two options you can see here, filter and actions. I will come back to the actions later. To Let's do a filter where open price is equal to high. And when I enable this filter, we will be able to see only those symbols which is having open is equal to high. So you can see here open and high values are same for all these symbols. In case if I want to add another filter here itself, so I can add another condition, add or. If I add condition, so it will look for multiple conditions, and if only all those conditions are met, only then the filter will show those symbols. So in this case, I also want to see the symbols which are having open is equal to low. So I go to or and select open is equal to low and apply. So I see now there are more symbols available. This list now includes open is equal to high and open is equal to low. So if I want to color these symbols and I want to know what these symbols are of, so I can do that by creating actions. I go back to action segment and I will create a name, action name, open high, and I give a condition, same condition that I've created in the filter, open is equal to high. And since it is a bullish condition, a bearish condition, I will color this row with the red color. And I apply this. So I can see now the watch list is colored based on the condition. So all these symbols having open is equal to high has been colored red, which indicates that the market is, since the open, market has gone down. So similarly, I go back to the setup actions and I create another condition. I give a name, open, low, and the condition is open is equal to low. and I want to color this row with blue color. Maybe I can use blue and black. So now your watch list is filtered to see what exactly you would like to see on, even though you have 50 symbols in this watch list, you are only seeing those symbols having open is equal to high and open is equal to low, and you've nicely color coded this to visually see what is happening. So now you can link this particular watch list to your chart. So I can do this by linking red with this watch list, and to the alert window also linking red. So now whenever I click on any of this symbol, the chart will open up for that symbol. So even if any alert pops up here in the alert window, when I click on this chart, the chart for that particular symbol is visible. So similarly, I can create another set of action wherein I would like to know when a big trade is done. Or say, for example, uh, a trade with 25,000 shares or 10,000 shares, I can create conditions for that. So let me create one more condition, say bulk trade, and I put a condition here: the last size greater than 25,000. So whenever a trade size with the 25,000 quantity, you will get an alert. Now you want there are different ways you can create alerts. So one is you can create a message alert. You can create a sound alert. You can also color the cell. If you want to color a particular cell within this watch list, you can do that. You can color a row, and you can also create certain conditional orders as well. These orders, when you create, will always only show up as an option for you to place one-click order. They do not automatically place the orders. So let's first create a message alert whenever the trade size is greater than 25,000. I clicked here, and if we see any trade about 25,000, we will be getting an alert. Now, I can be a little more creative here, and I can put certain conditions. I This 25,000 quantity may be very big for a stock which is probably 1,000 or plus price. So I want to put this condition only for symbols having a last traded price less than 200, for example. So if these two conditions are met, only then an alert is created. So similarly, I can create another alert wherein I will do the similar condition, last size greater than 5,000. But in this case, I set a last price greater than 200. So there are more chances that this particular trade condition will be met, because we are looking at only 5,000 quantity for a stock which is about 200. So I can do that 500 as well. So that I can filter this, and within a single condition I can create different alerts or different conditions for volume alerts that I want. So in this, maybe I can do about 200, and maybe we put the quantity as 10,000 here, and below last traded price below 500. So now the condition is that if there is a trade size above 10,000, it will also check for whether the stock is between 200 or 500. If it is in between, only then the alert will be shown. So similarly, I can create another alert where I will put last size greater than 5,000. Here I will put a condition, last price greater than 500. So now any of these alert conditions as a group, when they are triggered, it will be visible as a message here on the alert window. So let me save this as message. So now I think we've seen some trades that have happened, bulk trades. So you can see in Tech Mahindra, since this price is about 500, this quantity what that is traded would have been about 5,000. So this is how you get to know what is happening with the within this particular watch list if there are big trades are happening. Now another condition that I can create is if I want to disable this filter, I can just click on disable and the entire watch list will be visible to me with those colors that I've created. So here again, I will create another condition based on the price change. So I have this price change out here, percentage change. So if I want to filter my watch list, for example, I want to create a condition where price crosses above 3%. And I put a condition where change percentage, I have this option greater than and above less than, but I for the time being I can also create cross above, cross below, but there is a lesser chance that this condition is probably met within this particular time frame that we have in this webinar. So I would like to create a condition where it is greater than 3%. Okay, change percentage greater than 3%, and I want a message alert, which means that all those symbols that are having greater than 3% will trigger an alert immediately. So I go and create another condition, price change below 3%. I will go to change percentage less than minus 3, and again I create a message alert. So this way I can create different kinds of alerts based on the prices or the columns that are already available. So maybe any other conditions that you would like to create, you can do that using any of these values. Next type of alerts that I can create here are based on technical indicators. So I can add technical indicators to the watch list. So when I add the technical indicators, I have two different types of data that I can put. One is the bar data, which means that suppose I want to create a condition based on the OHLC bar data. So I want to compare the the high crossing, whether the current high crosses previous two highs or not, or those kind of alerts that I want to create. I can create a bar data wherein I will add the close bar. And while adding this data, I have the option what kind of an interval data that I would like to put here. So suppose I want a 5-minute interval data. So I can put 5-minute interval here. And this will show me 5-minute closing values. So every 5 minutes, this closing values will be visible. So similarly, if I want to add high value, so again do high and 5-minute. So this will show me the last 5-minute high. This high is different than the high that we are seeing here. This is the day's high and this is the high for the last 5 minutes. Again, I can add another condition. Wherein I go to add indicator and go to low, and again I put 5-minute low. So I have certain created already certain indicators on the watch list, so that I can show very quickly. So in this particular watch list, I've added RSI. So if you click here, you can see the RSI 14 values. I've put SMA 10, super trend 10 into 3, high value, low value 5, close value, and SMA close at 20. So if you click here, any of these indicators, you get to see what is the value that is it's available in the watch list. So you get to see the indicator values directly in the watch list. So now based on this, I have created certain conditions. So if you go to set up actions again, so these are the conditions that I had created earlier. So if I enable this, I get to see all these values that I can enable. There is a bulk trade condition also that I've created: open high, open low. So now if you see here, if I've created a condition new high, which means that whenever a last traded price is equal to high, it will create an alert stating that a new high for the day is made. So similarly, new low condition that I've created, where whenever last price is equal to low, for the current day's low, it will create a alert with new low has been made for the day. So again, I've created certain bulk trade conditions here, the similar condition that I showed you earlier. Open high as well as open low condition, price change above 5%. So you can create multiple conditions here. I've created 5%, whereas if you want to create 2%, 3%, you can create any percentage change, so that depending on your trading style, you can make use of this. I've also created a RSI condition where RSI greater than 60, and I've colored the cell. So if you see here, in this condition that I've created, I've colored the cells having RSI greater than 60 with the blue color. So if I can only color a particular column. So when I create a condition for coloring a cell, I can select which are the columns that I would like to color. So if you go here, I've created a color for RSI value, and you can see the color, and wherever there is a RSI greater than 60, you will notice that the color of that particular column is changed to blue in the background. Similarly, if you see RSI below 40, the color of that column is changed to red. So this way you can create a watch list in such a way that you can visually understand what is happening across different indicators. So I can go to these SMA crossover indicators. So I've created a SMA crossover indicator here, or a condition here, where SMA 10 crosses above 20 and SMA 10 crosses below 20. Now, if you see here, and whenever you add any technical indicators, you get an option of offset. Offset will also a condition where it looks for a particular bar. So if the offset is 0 here, which means that the condition is checked for the current bar information. So if the current bar information of, like, suppose I do 0 and 0 here, which means that it will check for condition in the current 5-minute interval whether the crossover is happening. Now, the problem with this particular condition is that every time crossover happens, because in that current interval there is a likely possibility that the crossover may happen multiple times. So it will create multiple alerts. So instead of that, you can create a condition where it will look for the crossover only on a closing basis. So what you can do in this case is SMA 10 crosses above SMA 20, and in the offset I'm setting 1, which means that it will only check for the close of every interval that you put. So if you put an indicator that is SMA indicator for 5 minutes, it will check for this condition every 5 minutes. on a closing basis. So after that, there is a less chance that the the crossover will only happen once per that interval, right? So there is a it will, you'll get only one alert at every crossover whenever that happens. So if you see here, there are certain alerts that have cropped up for SMA crossover in Indalco. So it would have happened around these levels. So at the start of this particular interval, okay, on this, on a closing basis, you would have got this particular alert created. As and when the new interval started, this alert popped up. Okay, so that is how you get an alert created for a moving average crossover. Another condition that again you can do whatever condition that you put based on technical analysis, you can filter them as well. So you can go to filter and like say suppose I want to see symbols that are having RSI above 60 and below 40 in the watch list. So what I can do is I have created an alert here. If you want, I can create once again. So I will go and put a condition RSI greater than the custom value. So it's a custom value 60. And again, I can do this set condition only based on the close of a previous bar, or I want it in real time. So in this case, I'm keeping it real time because I want to see what is the RSI current value and I want to filter it accordingly. So if I apply this, I get to see only those symbols having RSI greater than 60. So you can see that. Now, if I want to add another condition, I go to RSI. Sorry, I will put OR condition RSI less than 40. So here you will see that there are conditions which is RSI above 60 and below 50. So sometimes you may see small difference here with 59, 15, this thing, because these are the data points that you will see that because we in the chart indicators we use certain amount of data, whereas in the case of watch list we use based on certain number of data points. So there is a slight variation that can happen with the indicator values whenever that RSI values are added. However, you get to know what all symbols are very close to that particular value, and this way you can filter them. So as and when the price changes to above 60 and below 40, the RSI indicator, the watch list will keep filtering for those symbols. So another condition that you can do is based on super trend, for example. So here there is a super trend value. So currently this particular value of last traded price is below the super trend. So suppose I want to create a condition where I want to see all those values of super trend up. For example, I want to see last traded price greater than. Ideally, we should be putting crossover, but I won't be able to show this currently in a live market. So, and the condition may not trigger. So that is the reason I'm putting greater than super trend value. And I have the option of what alert that I want to trigger. For example, I want to create a message alert. I want to do that one, and at the same time, I also want to color this row with a green row. So I can add multiple conditions to this particular uh, alert. So if I want to also add an alert where I want to create a buy market order, for example, so for say 5 shares, and I want this to be repeated every time a condition is met, I can tick this as repeat this task continuously. Okay, so I will apply this now. And you can see wherever the symbol, I mean, I've just showed you a symbol where RSI last price greater than super trend. So there are many alerts that are created, but this may not happen in a real market, where you would like to see only when RSI last traded price crosses above the super trend. That time only, when the condition is met, you will be getting this alert. So if I since I've already put a buy market order, and quantity also is mentioned, so if I want to place an order here, for example, I can simply click here, and then I can place the order. So this is how I can place the orders very quickly from the charts based on the condition that are created. So I can create these conditions and place orders as well with one click. So for whatever quantity that you selected, the order will go for that. So if I want to place an order for this as well, you can just, so every time I click on this, it will place an order. So this way, you quickly, in case you want to create any alerts and you want to quickly place orders, you can do that, since it's a one-click order. Because it is always better to see before you place an order what is happening, so you can visually see that on the chart, and you can place the orders. So let me remove the filter from here. So now entire watch list will be visible for me. So there are no restriction on number of indicators that you can add to this particular watch list. However, we recommend that about five to between 5 to 10 indicators that you can use it, with about 50 to 100 symbols at a time. So beyond that, it wouldn't be, it may take a lot of data or resources of your machine. So we recommend, since it's a system level scanner, so you can create different kind of scanners using this particular feature in Quantower, and make use of the features to trade, or figure out the best trading opportunities from the watch list itself. So it's always difficult for you to place some, I mean, track multiple symbols at a time. So we recommend you to use this feature, be it is for knowing whether you are creating a event based alerts, like to know whether the new high or low is made, whether the price symbol is above the um, whether the open is equal to high or open is equal to low. In case you want to create an alert based on um, uh, gap up opening, so you, in this case, you will create a condition where you will look at the previous bar of 5 minute interval or a previous day interval, and you look at the day's high, and also look at current day's open price or low price, and based on that you can create a gap up opening condition. So there are multiple conditions that you can create within this watch list. uh, we conduct regular webinars on this for you to know more about how you can create conditions. And if at all you have specific requests, you can always ask those requests in the webinar, so that we can create those conditions for you. And we can create a template for this. So what, since I have already created these conditions, I can save this as a template. I can give a name, and I can save this, so that next time when I want to open this particular template is already available for me. So or whatever efforts that I've put in creating these conditions are always saved. So if you go here, I have a watch list condition template, so I can quickly open this, and it will start loading the data. So initially it will take some time to load the data because every historical data points has to be downloaded first. So you have to be little patient when it comes to loading these particular values initially. After that, the data will continuously update in real market. So if you have any questions, you can ask these questions below this particular live stream video, and we will try and reply to those questions whenever uh, and you can join our webinars. If you go to our Contour website, we have a Telegram channel link, and you can subscribe to that channel link, and you can we will notify you whenever there is a webinar on different topics, and you can come and attend these webinars. Let me check if there are any questions. Okay, how many symbols can be added to one watch list? Ideally, there are no restrictions on number of symbols that you can add to the watch list. However, we recommend not more than 50 to 100 symbols in a watch list. How many filter actions can be applied and saved forever in the watch list? So filter condition can be only one. You can have a filter condition of combination of multiple conditions, but the filter can be of only one. But if you have two different watch lists, so it is not restricted to number of watch lists, right? So you can open another watch list with different conditions. So there is no restriction on the number of watch lists that you can open. So you can have a one watch list with certain conditions, another watch list with certain conditions. So you can filter them according to your requirements. But ideally, we recommend not to put too many symbols in a watch list so that the data it will start using your system resources. So it will probably slow down your computer. We recommend to limit that to 50 to 100 symbols. There are more questions. So while creating alert on watch list, what are time frames supported? The time frames supported are from 1 minute to any interval that you want. So while adding the data, so you can select. So suppose I want to add any indicator. For example, let me add one more indicator here. Say price channel. When I put price channel indicator, I have the option to select what interval that I want to select here. So I can select 5 minute or any other interval that I want to. By default, it will show 1 minute. Okay, so there are different intervals that are available. Just like how you add the indicators on the chart. On the chart, you already know that the time frame is already available on the chart. Whereas in the case of watch list, you need to, apart from the regular technique, the indicator parameters, you also need to select the time frame as well. So yes, so there's a question strategies. So here this is not a kind of an algo system, but yes, you can create any strategies using combination of 3 4 indicators and create an alert for you, or you can filter your watch list so that you only see what you really want to see on the watch list. If there are any questions, please add in the comments so that I can answer them. In SMA crossover condition alert, how can we select the time frame while creating an alert condition? So the first thing that you need to do is you have to have the indicator values available on the watch list. So depending on what time frame that you selected, so you can have the values available. So suppose you want an indicator of SMA, for example, of 5 minute as well as 15 minute. On a regular chart, it is very difficult for you to do multi-time frame. Here in this case, you can have the indicator value for 15-minute SMA as well as 5-minute SMA. And based on that two SMAs that are already available, you can create a crossover alert, or you can create an alert where both uh, the last traded price is above both these SMAs. Only then you need to know. So you can create an alert based on that. So the can you brief on the charges of platform? So the event-based alert that spoke initially, based on the live prices that are available, it is available for free. There is no charges for that kind of a condition. So suppose you want to create a condition open is equal to high, open is equal to low. Then the conditions like bulk trade that I've showed you already, high-low conditions. All these conditions, you don't need any subscription. It is available as a part of the package. However, if you want add technical indicators to the watch list, you need to subscribe to the basic package, which is currently costs about 400 rupees per month. But we will be soon notifying you about special pricing for 5paisa users, and your 5paisa support team will get in touch with you with those that pricing details. Okay, I do not see more questions here. Thank you for joining this webinar, and do subscribe to our Telegram channel so that you can get a notification about new webinars that we conduct on different topics. So we will very soon conduct a specific webinar on watch list based indicator, so that you can tell us what all conditions that you would like to create, and we will show you during that webinar those conditions that are created. So the Telegram, you can search for Quantower India, or you can go to our website quantower.in, and on the website you will see a Telegram link, so you can subscribe to that channel. I will show you the Quantower website. At the bottom of this page, you will see a Telegram link. You can join here. In case you have any questions related to our application, you have any queries, you can come here and chat with us, and someone from our support team will assist you if you have any queries. And uh, do join us on a regular basis for webinars so that you can learn about our platform. As we have a lot of features, and it cannot be possible for you to learn all these features in a short period of time, so we recommend you to join our webinars on a regular basis. Thank you for joining this session, uh, and we look forward to seeing you soon with new webinars that we are going to conduct.